Um, as a 34, I just make that video of proactive. All right. Now I'm thinking about. I won't say thinking about, but I was thinking about this, but I think I'm very different to most people. Everyone has pros and cons, and I'm not gonna, compare to people, but I'm saying in my generation, as a 34, to be proactive, and I'm trying to find out what is the root cause that I'm thinking like the way how I'm thinking. Maybe I'm practical, maybe because I brought up with my father, maybe because I've seen a lot of migrants. There lots of what is that word? Cutting corners and dodging and getting caught by the ACCC, Department of Fair Trading, and as well with the court case, and as well with mediator, VCAT. It just for me to look at all that trauma, like to go to deep end, right? And I started to emphasize those to say to myself, like, what would I do, all right, if I had to help someone? Or what would I say if I have a son? And if I have a daughter, what would I do? I can't speak about daughters because my daughter is still young, right? And I often hear a lot of, my working peers who their kids are like in their 30s or late 20s or mid 20s or mid 30s and late 30s, and I started this question a lot, and I get to see a huge difference, right? Obviously, the one that grew up with strong fatherhood, right, not having the wife press them down, right, those are the good ones. Another one is good is the fact that men or emerging adulthood should actually pick up a work in trades, all right, because I don't think guys, we are meant to be sitting in the office doing some email wars or emails or X, Y, and Z. Men should be more practical and be proactive and jigsaw puzzle that is not on the books, that to become a strong man. And I'm pretty sure if you put Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or whatever you put up there's no certain book. And number 2 is martial art, alright? Whether it's a martial art or a very competitive sport that they play up very high, alright? So those are the 3 areas that I could see myself if I gotta recommend anyone to raise their kids from, to be proactive level. Because in life is very fluid. And the way how I think, maybe tomorrow I'll lose all my job. I know it's easy for me to say that I'll lose everything. But to have, in today's world, I think you have to be proactive about the whole thing. Unfortunately, with the government papers and making all this regulation, what certain to be or job field certain to be having, well, you have to have this certificate. If you don't have this certificate, you cannot get into the field. So that's why we are forced our kids to study, I don't know, let's just say engineer, whatever, to get masters or bachelors, and to get into the entry level role in the work field, where most of them don't have built the skills of work ethics, etiquette, and the simple stuff, maybe using, like even my landlord's been telling me he runs his, what's that word? Accounting firm. It's like a lot of graduates who have masters or bachelors who only knows very simple stuff, right? They don't know the simple stuff, the real day-to-day basic things. And I guess in the early age, it's great to have kids to learn how to debate, all right? Write an email, write a debate, or make it something to debate about, all right? Or see in the court case, see the real life. Because I don't think much kids and families get to see the big stuff, right? And I'm not here to say, I think the reality is far from theory, right? And whatever what you want to do in life, whether you want it to be a chef, or whether you have to do apprentice, you have to get a certificate. Then you talk. All right, you finish your degree, 4 years or 6 years, whatever your degree is. You finish, and then you need 2 job reference, right? To say what type of worker you are, or 3 job reference, right? And that's what I say, in life it's more on practical on what you have in theory, right? And when you have like that, you start to question a lot, because in life all of us is doesn't want to step out the zone and try to learn, right? Or try to start up something, because you can't, because you need to have a certain regulation that meet the requirements of the government, or perhaps a certificate or whatever. And when you have that society and reference, it makes it difficult. In Asia, perhaps it's different. Oh, you study Harvard. Oh, you study this university. Good, you get the job. But in the Western world, okay, you study Harvard. All right. Where's your reference? What's your working history? What you've been doing? What, you just graduated from university? You have no work skills. You have theories based, but no practical in work. And this is where it caught up a lot, the whole thing. That's what I'm saying.